The modern self-development industry, it makes a really tempting promise, doesn't it? That you can achieve transformation through quick fixes, things like videos and daily affirmations. But real, lasting character isn't built on such flimsy foundations. So, in this explainer, we're going to explore a much more profound path to personal growth, one that's forged in the crucible of real life and grounded in timeless truths.
On the one hand, you have the modern myth, this idea that we can just watch a video or repeat some mantra to completely reinvent who we are. But on the other hand, we have the timeless truth. And that truth is that building a strong character is not some do-it-yourself project. It's actually forged by sincerely and patiently facing the unique challenges our Creator designed specifically for us.
So, here's our roadmap. We're going to journey through 5 key areas. First, we'll deconstruct the self-help illusion. Then, we'll explore the path of divine trials. After that, we'll examine the incredible power of our own will, learn a lesson from the wisdom of a simple parable, and finally, we'll redefine what true success really means.
All right, let's start by taking a closer look at the modern self-development industry and really question whether its methods actually work. This quote really gets to the heart of the problem. You simply can't prepare for a real-world test by just passively watching videos. It doesn't work like that. True strength is forged under pressure, not in comfort. And in a moment of genuine crisis, you'll find that fear is still there because you never actually built a solid foundation to stand on.
Think about it for a second. Long before any self-help industry ever existed, history was absolutely filled with people of incredible strength and character. So where did their resilience come from? It certainly wasn't from an online course. This really forces us to look for a deeper, more authentic source of personal growth.
Okay, so now that we've questioned the myth, let's turn to the authentic method for personal growth, a kind of divine curriculum designed for each and every one of us. Here is the core idea, the central thesis. You are not the sole architect of your own growth. Instead, real development happens when you respond to the specific challenges that God places in your path. Your character is shaped by how you endure these trials, with patience, with sincerity. And there's a clear, systematic process to this. It all begins when you declare your faith. Then, Allah, who knows everything, sends trials to see who is truly sincere. The key to passing these tests? Patience. It's through this cycle of trial and patient endurance that your character is forged and strengthened, kind of like steel in a fire. Now, to navigate this path, we've been given a fundamental tool, a truly powerful tool, and that is the power of our own will. You see, in this worldview, willpower isn't just about discipline or getting things done. It's a divine gift that makes us uniquely human. Think about it. Angels are created to obey. They don't have the choice to do otherwise. But we have been given this profound power to choose, to obey or to disobey. And that choice is the very foundation of our life's test. This is a question we really need to ask ourselves. The very ability to want something is a power given to you by God. So why do we give it away so easily? We let other people, whether it's manipulative individuals, social media trends, or societal pressure, dictate our choices. We end up surrendering the very freedom that defines us. So let's explore the practical wisdom we need to wield our willpower effectively on this journey. It's all about preparation, about discernment, and about understanding what truly motivates us. The principle of wise action is illustrated perfectly through a simple yet incredibly profound parable. Imagine 2 men who are tasked with cutting down a tree. The first one, let's call him the rushing one, grabs a dull, rusty axe and just starts swinging wildly, but he gets nowhere. The second man, the wise one, sits down to patiently sharpen his blade. Now, to an outsider, he might look lazy, but once his axe is sharp, he fells the tree with a single, powerful stroke. The lesson here, preparation isn't a waste of time. It's the most critical part of any task. This very same wisdom is echoed by one of the greatest companions of the Prophet, Umar ibn al-Khattab. He tells us that leadership, and really any effective action, must be preceded by a period of learning and deep understanding. Rushing into action without sharpening the axe of knowledge, well, that just leads to failure. And in today's world, with its endless stream of information, sharpening your axe means being discerning. See, the intellectual simply consumes information, just satisfying curiosity without ever checking if it's valid. The truth seeker, on the other hand, is a critical thinker. They investigate the source, they understand the context, and they look for the purpose behind the information. That is the difference between just collecting data and gaining true wisdom.
Ultimately, what we do is driven by one of two mindsets. First, there's the self-interest mindset. It's focused on immediate worldly gain. It always asks, what's in it for me right now? Then there's the duty mindset. This one is focused on the hereafter. It asks a completely different question. What is the right thing to do? And here's the key. An action that's born from a sense of duty is a success in reality, even if it looks like a failure in worldly terms. Why? Because its true reward is with Allah.
And this brings us to our final section, where we have to redefine our entire understanding of success, strength, and intelligence, all based on this duty mindset, this orientation toward the hereafter.
So what is true intelligence? It's not about being clever enough to outsmart or manipulate other people. It's about having that ability but choosing not to use it because you know you're accountable to a higher power. It's intelligence guided by a deep awareness of God.
In the same way, true strength isn't about overpowering the weak, not at all. It's about having immense power but choosing to restrain it. It's the strength to be merciful and just, even when you have the power to be oppressive. At its core, it's about self-control.
And this brings us to the ultimate redefinition. True success, it's not measured by wealth or status or any worldly accomplishments. It's achieved when your entire life, every action, every single intention is oriented toward earning the pleasure of Allah and attaining success in the life to come.
So let's end with this final thought. We are responsible for the effort. We're responsible for sharpening our axe. But the results, those are not up to us. So the most important question you can ask yourself is this. What world are you sharpening your axe for? The temporary gains of this life or the eternal success of the next?